So the other morning I come out to the shop and I flip on all the lights, and lo and behold, another 8-foot fixture doesn't light. And I knew what the problem was going to be even before I got 2 more light bulbs out of the crate in the other room and brought them in. I knew that it wasn't the bulbs. It just never is for me. I think I have this personal curse that's been placed on me with fluorescent fixtures. And it seems like every time in this shop bulbs go out, it's the fixture. Doesn't matter whether it's one of the old style fixtures over here or one of these new style with the electronic ballast. Doesn't seem to matter. If the bulbs are out, the ballast is probably junk. And that was the case. This one was baked. And this has been going on for a while, over the last couple years. And I've been holding off on doing anything rash because I had a lot of light bulbs in stock. Well, then I went in the West Bay and I flipped the lights on, and I had another fixture do the same thing. When that fixture proved to be not the light bulbs, but to actually be the ballast as well, it was an easy decision to make. Apparently, the fixtures realized I'd made a decision and they started to fail even faster. I have a little 4-foot over here I put in, and it didn't work either. So the next day I come out and I already know I'm gonna have to do some research, do something. I flip the lights on and I'll be dipped if this one here didn't go out. And that one is right above my CNC machine. I was pissed. So to Amazon and Google I went, and I started looking into what my options were. I didn't want to go with all new fixtures. Most of them were 4-foot, which there's nothing wrong with the 4-foots. But these fixtures, if you look at these 4 that are over there, 5, 6, they all have reflectors on them, really nice reflectors. Unlike the one right above my head up here, which has no reflector, which is how you buy inexpensive 8-foot fixtures these days. I wanted to keep these if I could. So a thought of conversion was very quickly in my mind. Then I was over at a buddy's house, and my buddy had just gotten some of these little 4-footers like this one over here. And I got a chance to see it. And I went, wow, that's pretty cool. And you can chain them together and you can do lots of things like that. So I was sold. And I went out onto Amazon and I did some looking around at other sites for pricing and things of that nature. And the choice I made was to buy 4 8-foot LED tubes that you use to replace in the fixtures. And I bought 2 4-foot fixtures for places where I wanted 4-foot. This video isn't about how to convert your fixtures, although I'll show you that real quick. Really what I wanted to do was show you guys who were thinking about this what they look like side by side, if I can get the camera to show us that. I am going to take the second 4-footer I bought, and we're going to take it out through this door over here into what I call the West Bay. It's an unconditioned space. It's about 25 degrees out. And the best you can get with fluorescent is a cold weather electronic ballast to start up. And there's a 4-foot fixture out there that I'm going to hang a 4-foot LED right next to, and we'll see how they behave in about 25 degree weather by the time I get it done. Let's go out and we'll do the little 4-foot fixture first while I've still got my coat on and everything and the shop's warming up. This is the 4-foot fixture that we're going to hang out in the West Bay next to the fluorescent, so you guys can see a good comparison between the two. So this is a 5,000 Kelvin fixture. So it's not the bluest, whitest light, but it's not daylight either. It's kind of in between. And another thing that I was told to watch out for was frosted covers. Make sure whatever you get to include, if you buy 8-foot bulbs, which is what's in here, make sure they have frosted covers. Apparently the glare is tremendous when you use the clear covers. So this is what we're going to install. Super simple. I mean, simpler than even a fluorescent fixture. think the thing I thought was pretty cool is that you can chain them together. They pull so little power. Comes with lots of neato hanging stuff, cables. Actually, this particular brand has got some really nice hanging stuff. You might use that. Here's the power cord, and they plug in, and this is what allows you to chain them together. If you do more than one, I'm not. And somewhere in here is the fixture itself. They come with this bracket, which is used for flush mounting. So if you flush mount this to the ceiling, it goes in the back. And then the fixture itself weighs nothing, these little tiny tubes. You know, they make them look like fluorescent fixtures, I think just because that's what the buying public is used to seeing. I'll hang this one next to the other 4-footer that's currently out in the West Bay, and we'll see together how they behave in cold weather compared to each other. Oh, they don't like 25-degree weather. And I'm here to tell you that is not bright. I don't have a light meter. If I had a light meter, I could give you those empirical numbers a lot of people like, but I don't. So we'll turn on the other one. Ah, here's what you got to watch. Okay. All right, you can't see it in the light bulb. But what you need to watch is watch the white barn metal behind the lights on the wall there. So this is just the regular 4-foot. It's been running now for about a minute. And I will turn on the LED. Okay, that's with the exposure fixed. So the exposure alone should tell you that that LED is a lot brighter. Alright, save the comments for how messy my welding table is. I don't weld with all this plastic and stuff on it, but here's looking down on the bench right below those two shop lights. This is just the fluorescent fixture. And it's been on for maybe 2 minutes. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I can see it really well in my jacket, the flicker in the fluorescent, especially while it's cold. Now I'm going to turn on the LED. No flicker. Now, just so there's no additive effect, there, I unplugged the fluorescent. Can you tell the difference? I couldn't. Oh, I love these things. Alright, there's no fluorescent. There's the fluorescent on. Yeah, you can't even tell the difference. So, if you're looking for how dramatic a difference it is in the cold, this is definitely it. But I want to mention, and this is not a plug for the manufacturer of this particular LED fixture, it's not a paid advertisement. I will put a link to the specific one I'm showing you guys in the comments below. But I got to tell you, it's pretty nicely put together, and they give you multiple hanging options. These are a real nice flexible braided cable, about 5 feet long, that has hooks on one end and then these little fixtures that screw on the other end. Then they give you a real short version of the same thing, about this long, which is what I used. It gets windy out here when I've got these big doors open, so if they'd have been on the long cables, it would have swung around. But anyways, comes with, you know, an array of hollow wall anchors and things of that nature. So it's actually a really nice light put together, and I was pretty much shopping price. They look almost identical to the ones that my buddy bought at the Club Warehouse store. I'll leave it generic like that. But all right, let's go back inside and we'll convert over this 8-foot fixture real quick. I ordered 4 bulbs, and this is where they came apparently from the manufacturer, because it says 4-pack. Each one of them is in a cardboard tube of their own, and they have just a straight prong, just a straight plug on the end of them. Get that focused. Just a straight plug on the end of them. Now, if your fixtures that you're going to use these with have a 2-prong connector at the end, they send along a whole bunch of these things. They call them tombstones, and they are used to replace on the ends of your fixtures. In the case of this fixture we're doing, it's already got these, so this is a moot point. All I need to do is take out the old bulbs, rewire it real quick, and slide these in. They come with a bracket. These 8-foot ones come with these little brackets, and I've been using one right in the middle of the span because otherwise they don't have enough structural integrity, and over time they're going to start to sag even with this aluminum extrusion on the back. Interesting part about this is you can almost aim the light out at angles based on how you turn it. But anyways, my ceiling is 10 foot, so straight down works just fine. I made sure the power was off, and I took the covers down, and here we can see the ballast. Now what we need power directly out of the mains over here, going to, one wire, either neutral or hot, going to one end and the other going to the other end. And there's already wire there. So we got 2 blue ones here and a red one here. We'll connect them up to mains power and put the new bulbs in. It doesn't matter which end of the fixture your 120 volts goes to. Makes no difference at all. Hold on to the wire nut. So here's 2 blue wires. They go down to the tombstones at the other end. I'm going to strip these down, and the black is handy, so I'm going to connect to it. This single red wire is connected on the other end down here to both tombstones. Seriously, that's it. I'm going to put the covers back on and write on them so that I know that this one's been converted. And it's less about for me than it is the next person that owns this shop. The next thing to do is put these little holders in, and the screws that came with this kind of suck, and I found the best way to manage this issue is to pre-drill a couple of holes. Earlier in this video, I mentioned that I liked some of my older fixtures because they had reflectors on them. I decided that what I was going to do with these 4-foot ones, where I was replacing an existing inexpensive shop light fixture, is I disassembled it to where I've got the reflector. I need to wipe this off, and I'm going to mount this behind that, which will get rid of some of this glare that comes right into your eyes. There we go. There it is with the salvaged shade from the old shop light put on it. And I got to tell you, from back here, that is way better. It doesn't have near the glare. Okay, everybody, that's what I wanted to share on the subject. I really do like these quite a bit better now, and am no longer near as interested in waiting till all my other bulbs are gone to start replacing these. I would venture to say that as these fixtures go out, I'm just going to straight away put LEDs in them and be done. Thanks for stopping by the shop today, everybody. As always, comments and feedback are appreciated. You guys have a good afternoon.